how to get started with your executive assessment prep, 5 tips to get you moving with that EA. Study plan. In today's video, I'm going to go through 5 rock solid tips you should follow when you're getting started with your executive assessment studying. I'm Jeff Miller, head of instruction here at Target Test Prep, so let's get going. Step 1, look at what's tested and how it's tested. So this is the very beginning of your EA prep. This is before you even do practice questions or take a practice test. Go and look at the structure of the EA. Look at what's tested on verbal, sentence correction, critical reasoning, reading comp. Look at all the various math topics, linear and quadratic equations, rates, work, etc. Look at integrated reasoning. What's table analysis? What's two-part analysis? What's MSR? What's graphics interpretation? Get an overall feel for that, because pretty soon I'm going to tell you to take that first practice exam to get a baseline score, but I don't want you to do it super cold, just a little cold, but we'll talk about how you get less cold as you move forward through this first week of your prep. Step 2, okay, so you've learned about quant, you've learned about verbal, you've learned about integrated reasoning. Well, what's the next step? Do some practice questions, jump in, do some sentence correction practice, do some critical reasoning practice, do random math practice, do some problem solving, do some data sufficiency, jump into integrated reasoning, do a couple graphics interpretations, two-part analysis, etc. The reason why I want you to do this is because that's what's going to happen on that initial cold practice exam, but I want you to be at least somewhat prepared to see those questions. Because look, if you've never practiced a data sufficiency question and you get thrown one in an EA exam for the first time, it's going to be a struggle. So look, just get used to those questions. Do maybe 15 math, 15 verbal, 15 integrated reasoning. That should put you in a good spot to be able to take that first practice exam, which we'll talk about now. Step 3, take your practice test, make it an official one, and do it under realistic testing conditions. Because look, the last thing you want to do is inflate your score. A lot of people, when they take that first test, they're scared. They don't want to do bad because they think that somehow that's going to make things set in stone for the rest of their EA prep. It's not. It's a starting point. You know, if you wanted to see your time running a 5K, for example, would you just run it to see how you're doing and then build off of that? You would. There's nothing to be scared about here. Just jump in and take it. And yes, follow realistic test day conditions. Take only the allotted breaks. Don't use a handheld calculator. Don't try to take the test over the matter of two consecutive days. Do it in one sitting, etc., etc. That will give you a complete score. Review what you got. Review the questions you got wrong, but don't read too much into them. It's not enough data to lay out your study plan. It's just to give you your starting score. Then you can take that score, compare it to your goal score, and then you can get an estimated timeline of what needs to be done. Step 4, choose appropriate study materials. At this point, you got to get study materials to prep for your executive assessment. So go out there, see what's available. I'll be honest, there's not a ton of stuff for the executive assessment. Target Test Prep does have an amazing course with an awesome study plan, which we've talked about a lot in various EA videos here. But check it out. We have a 5-day trial. You can look at the study plan. In fact, check out all the different materials, as I said. Sign up for a multitude of trials. Find the course that works well for you. When doing so, it's simple. Find one that's organized, clear, thorough, provides a linear and effective study plan, so you don't have to worry about what you're studying, when you're studying. You really want to be able to see a clear path from the beginning of your prep to the end of your prep, so you don't have to do any extracurricular thinking outside of just sitting down to study, okay? Once you find those materials, you're ready to jump into your study plan. All right, step 5 and the final step. Now you got to create a study schedule. If you're taking the EA, chances are you have a pretty demanding job and you're busy. You might be even on the older side. You might have a family. You might have kids. So you got to figure out when the heck you can study. So sit down, crack open that calendar, put pen to paper and say, look, can I study in the mornings? I have a couple hours before work starts and I have other responsibilities. If so, knock it out. Or do I have to study late at night when, say, the kids are in bed and all my work day is over? That's fine too. Can you take advantage of your weekend? So you've got to really get that study schedule down, because I'm telling you, if you don't, and you say, well, I'm going to study here and there when I can, it's never going to work. You need to be disciplined, you need to be motivated, you need to know when you're studying, and you need to do it so that your EA prep doesn't get elongated out and doesn't last for months when it really should last for weeks. So if you can follow these steps, that's a great start to getting started with your executive assessment prep. All right, everybody, that is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed learning some steps to getting going with your executive assessment prep. I certainly had a blast talking to people about it. If you liked the video today, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and leave tons of comments for me for other videos I can do to help you throughout your EA journey. I'm Jeff Miller at Target Test Prep, and I'll see everybody soon.